Find the derivative of f of x equals x times the sine of x plus x squared, then evaluate f prime of pi over 2. F of x is made up of two terms. One that is the product of two expressions, x times sine of x, and then a second one which is just a power. For the first term, when we take the derivative, we'll use the product rule. So f prime of x will be the product rule, x times sine x. The derivative of the first derivative of x is a 1 times the second left alone, which is a sine x, plus the first left alone, x, times the derivative of the second derivative of sine of x is cosine of x. Now the second term from f of x, x squared, is a power rule. We bring the power down, we subtract 1 from it, which will be x to the first power. There's our derivative. The 1 is implied, so we can write that as just sine of x plus x cosine of x plus 2x. The next thing we need to do is evaluate f prime of pi over 2. Plug in pi over 2 for each of the x's. Sine of pi over 2 plus pi over 2 cosine of pi over 2 plus 2 times pi over 2. The sine of pi over 2 is a 1. The cosine of pi over 2 is a 0. And then 2 times pi over 2 is 2 pi over 2. We will have 1 plus a 0, which we don't need to write. And then the 2 pi over 2, the 2's can cancel, leaving us with just a pi. And we get 1 plus pi.